So this is what did it, eh? We had ourselves the news from about an hour ago that the Ottawa Senators were trying to make today's practice fun. We weren't getting the results we wanted, so we wanted to try and loosen things up today. That is what DJ Smith said an hour ago. Well, about, let's say, 45-ish minutes after DJ Smith had this comment, hey, we're gonna try to make things fun and practice. Let's just go out there, have a good time. The Senators have been bad. We haven't been winning games, so let's just go back to the basics. Mighty Duck style, right? It's all about having fun, right, baby? And then DJ Smith gets fired. Oh boy. News release. DJ Smith has been relieved of his head coaching duties, Jacques Martin has been named the Sens interim head coach, and Daniil Alfredsson joins the team's coaching staff as assistant coach. Let's read the press release on the Ottawa Senators website and see what they have to say here. Ottawa Senators President of Hockey Operations and interim GM Steve Staios announced today the team has relieved DJ Smith of his head coaching duties. Okay, let's see if we can zoom in, make this look a little bit better. Okay, no, that's a bit bad. Okay, that's a tiny bit better. We'll leave it like this. In addition to Smith, assistant coach Davis Payne has also been relieved of his role. The remaining members of the coaching staff have been retained. Jacques Martin will serve as the team's interim head coach for now. The team also announced that former longtime captain and the franchise's all-time points leader Danny Alfredsson is joining Martin's staff as an assistant coach. Martin will make his debut to the Ottawa bench when... Oh, look at that spelling mistake. When the team visits the Arizona Coyotes on Tuesday. Alfredsson will also resume an on-bench role. Originally hired as the team's third head coach on January 24th, 1996, Martin spent 9 seasons with the Senators and posted a 341-win regular season record with the franchise ahead of his return to the organization earlier this month. Set to become the second head coach to make a return to the Senators bench after Brian Murray did so in the 07-08 campaign, Martin remains the all-time leader in games coached, regular season wins, and playoff games coached for the Sens. That is really crazy. The guy was a coach back in the 90s, and now he's coming back. Really interesting return to see there for the Ottawa Senators. But when it comes to the DJ Smith firing, you really can't go out there and try to dispute this. It was about time. And, you know, if we realign everything here, just read some of the tweets that are going out here. Frank Saravelli said this: Sens franchise leader and games coach Jacques Martin takes over as interim head coach. Danny Alfredsson is added to the bench as an assistant coach like we saw at the Global Series in Sweden. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, the fact that Danny Alfredsson was pretty much in a position to get coached by Martin. Like, look at this. These were the seasons where Martin was in the system, you know, the bench boss for the Sens. You had Alfredsson and Hossa tearing things up. This was that era. Alfie was the best player on the team. And now, I mean, look, it's 20 years later, and not only is Jacques Martin back behind the bench, but Danny Alfredsson's here too. He's also serving a role as an assistant coach, from player to student of the game to mentor to actually being a part of this coaching staff under the guy that taught you everything about playing in the NHL. That is such a poetic story, and it's one of these things that you can't really go out there and believe until you see it. This is so cool. Now, going up into some more of the comments here, Frank Saravelli, Sens also fire assistant coach Davis Payne, and then here's Pierre Lebrun. Smith was on an expiring contract. In a perfect world, I think Steve Staios would have wanted to wait, but obviously he felt he had no choice at this point. This is what we're talking about, man. It was the fun practice. This is what happened. That was the final nail in the coffin. Nope, it wasn't the games, it wasn't the losses, it wasn't this, it wasn't that, it was the fun practice. And I get it, I'm kind of being facetious when I say that. I'm kind of joking around here, but it's so weird how, for like the brief half-hour period of time, I just saw Sens fans freaking out about this. Like, first comment here, Honestly, he's mocking us at this point. There's no way this is real. Smile through the pain, guys. It totally helps. DJ is having them play Timbits practice. How does management hear this and keep him around? Well, yeah, no, they didn't keep him around. They didn't. It turns out they fired him afterwards. So, Sens fans definitely had themselves a bunch of pain to go through with this. We tried to have fun. We're in our longest losing streak of the year, and we think loosening things up is what's going to fix us. I don't know. It worked for the Mighty Ducks. Like, I get it. The Ottawa Senators are not a Disney movie, but still, let's go back over and read some more comments here made by different analysts about the matter. Here's Frank Saravelli once more. Fair to ask the question, if the Ottawa Senators were going to pull the trigger now, why not do it 5 weeks ago when there was more runway to get back in the race? On November 10th, the Sens had a 41% shot at the playoffs. Now they're down to 11% via ineffective math. Now, I will say there is sort of a human element that's being violated here, and it's like, yeah, we're firing the guy a week before the holidays, so have a good life, eh? I mean, there is sort of a waiting out process the Sens did, which you could say was inappropriate or not appropriate, because the Sens really wanted to roll with this, you know? They really wanted to believe in DJ, but it just did not work. There are a bunch of replies here, because the GM and the owner wanted to see how far they could slide out of the race. Yeah, we've been saying this. We should have fired the guy a long time ago. I agree that they should have done this a while ago. I think the reason why they waited this long was to give Jacques Martin some time to refamiliarize himself in the organization before possibly appointing him interim head coach, and to give DJ one final chance to turn things around. With all the chaos, the Pinto situation, the loss of the first-round pick, and the firing of Dorian, it seems like they wanted some type of stability, so Smith got to stick around. Seems like they made the wrong call there. So, honestly, it's a really fair idea to bring up, and it's a very rational one, too. If the Sens were going to fire this guy, they probably should have done it a while ago when things were still in panic mode. It didn't have to go to the position where all of a sudden the guy's like, yeah, we're going to make practice fun, and have one more last laugh within the organization, because the fans were really pissed off that this happened, so I mean, look, Frank Saravelli asking the hard-hitting questions here in regards to the Ottawa Senators. But at the end of the day, this is indeed the case. Jacques Martin is now the interim head coach. Danny Alfredsson is back. I'm not going to go out there and say that they're going to turn things around. Like, sure, Jacques Martin and Alfie had their days with the Ottawa Senators that were very, very good. But I'm not going to say that this is a guaranteed, righting of the ship that is going to go out there and make things better, and the Sens are going to make the playoffs, and they're going to beat the odds and say screw you to that 11% via ineffective math and find their way in the dance. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but this move inspires hope. And that's like the last I in the dentist system. It's a pretty good important step. Inspire hope. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Ottawa Senators firing DJ Smith and appointing Jacques Martin and Danny Alfredsson as the new guys in town. Okay, maybe not the new guys in town, but you get what I mean. What are your thoughts on the way these guys are going to coach the team? What are your thoughts on DJ Smith's run as a whole? What are your thoughts on the way the Sens should bounce back and respond to this? Do you think the practice being fun was the final nail in the coffin? I'll tell you this, the guy getting fired right before the holidays is one thing, but his last comment saying, yeah, let's make practice fun again. Make practice fun, guys. Let's go out there and play shinny. Like, that's going to be one of the most infamous quotes, I feel, as hockey lore goes on and writes itself even further. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the entire situation in Ottawa. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.